day, everyone. So today we're going to discuss chapter 10, which is the meaning of or create a positive school culture. But before that, let's define first what is school culture. So according to or as you can see in the PPT, so it stated that school culture is one of the most complex and important concepts in education according to Sheehan 1985. So it generally refers to the beliefs, perceptions, relationships, attitudes, and written and unwritten rules that shape and influence every aspect of how a school functions. So the term also encompasses more concrete issues such as the physical and emotional safety of students, the orderliness of classrooms and public spaces, or degree to which a school embraces racial, ethnic, and linguistic, and lastly the cultural diversity. So basically, the school culture is about the personality of the school. It's the underlying values, beliefs, and expectations that shape how everything works from classroom to the hallways. So there are aspects that includes in the school culture. So the first one we have the shared beliefs and values. So this is the core of school culture. So it's what the everyone in the school community, the teachers, the students, the staff, and parents agrees is important. So it could be things like academic achievements, respect, teamwork, or creativity. So the second aspect we have the relationships. So how people interact with each others is a big part of school culture. So a positive culture is one where there's a trust, support, and a sense of belonging. The third aspect of the school culture we have the practices and traditions. So these are the things that make a school unique. So it could be things like pep rallies, spirit days, or community service projects. So the next one we have the physical environment. So it is the way a school looks and feels can contribute to the culture, to its culture. So a safe, clean, and welcoming environment that can be that can have a big impact or difference in how the students learn and live. So overall, so school culture is important because it can affect everything from academic achievements to student behavior. A strong culture can help students feel motivated, engaged, and safe. It can also develop them. It can also develop them important social and emotional skills.
Culture as a social construct. Culture is a social construct and not a genetic construct. This means that school culture is therefore something we do not inherit or pass on through the genes. We must remember that culture, as defined by Merriam-Webster, is or refers to a set of patterns or human activity within a community or social group. So culture is learned by members of a social group and not genetically inherited, the same as how we acquire our skills by learning.
So the next slide is school climate and school culture. So when we say school climate, it refers to the school's effects on students, including teaching practices, diversity, and the relationships among administrators, teachers, parents, and students. So, school climate is driven by and reflected in daily interactions of staff, administration, faculty, student support staff, and the outside community. And the next one is school culture. School culture is a deeper level of reflection of shared values, beliefs, and traditions between staff members. So school culture refers to the way of teachers oth- and other staff members work together in the pursuit of beliefs, values, and assumption these share. So basically, school culture is a broader term and so inclusive of school climate.
The role of school culture in learning. School culture matters. Research confirms the central role of school culture success. School culture can be a positive or negative or toxic. A positive school culture fosters improvement, collaborative decision making, professional development, and staff and students learning. A negative school culture fosters an opposite. School culture refers to the beliefs, values, attitudes, and behaviors within a community. Research consistently shows that positive school culture is a crucial for the both success from the students and teachers. In a positive school culture, there is an environment of trust, respect, and collaboration and encouragement. In this atmosphere support the growth and learning of both staff and students, leading to the better outcomes.
So there are 12 elements of a positive culture. So the first one, we have the collegiality. So in the PPT we can see or we can read, the school atmosphere is friendly. You work in an atmosphere where responsibility and authority are shared everyone. So in the school campus, it should be or must be that the environment are welcoming and friendly. Despite of there are conflicts, it should not be seen in the side of the students. You know, there should be a professionalism that must see that must see to the end of the students. So teacher must portray professionalism in the class. So they must promote an atmosphere where everyone are welcome despite of differences and kind of despite of differences. So that so the second one, or to discuss more about what is collegiality, so it can have a positive impact on workplaces. It can lead to increases productivity, improve problem solving, and more positive work environment. So the second one of the elements of a positive culture, we have the experimentation. So the atmosphere encourages experimentation and so welcome mistake as part of the learning process. No student, no teacher gets punished for a mistake. Mistakes are not intended, they gave a lesson. So we all know that mistake is mistake, but in the end of or in our classroom, everyone must try. Everyone must go out to the shell, and teachers should improve or promote to the class that failure is okay, but it is not okay if you make or create a lot of mistakes that you don't have or you don't reflect on that mistake. So in experimentation, you should explore to kind of gain knowledge, so that you can improve your skills and abilities and knowledge, so that you can become a successful one.
So the third element of a positive culture is high expectation. So high expectation is both believing in the capabilities of the students and adults in building and engaging the action that will turn their beliefs into truth. And high expectation also promotes both students' academic achievement and their well being. Research shows that the expectations of teachers, parents, and friends or peers affect students' self esteem. So, feelings or self efficacy and their academic motivation could also be boosted through the high expectations of the parents or on your surroundings to you. The fourth one is trust and confidence. So, consistently doing what you say you'll do builds trust over time. Trust allows subordinates or your team to feel secure and confident in their leaders' decisions and actions, while confidence empowers subordinates to take initiative and make decisions on their own.
So the next elements of a positive culture is tangible support. So everyone in the school community gets concrete support for the good that they do. Support comes in not just in words but in actions. School heads sees to it that LCDs in the classroom are functioning. And the next one is reaching out to the knowledge base. So teacher care to grow professionally to update themselves on content knowledge and pedagogy. So this is the first domain in the Philippine professional standards for teachers.
Number 7 is appreciation and recognition. As a future teachers is appreciating and recognize our students is a crucial because it fosters a positive learning environment. They can boost their self-esteem and motivate to achieve their goals or their best. When students feel to valued and acknowledgement for their efforts and achievements, they are more likely to engage, they are more likely to active in their learning, take on challenges, and persist through difficulties. This recognition not only enhances their academic performance but also in emotional and social development. By celebrating their success, we build their confidence and encourage and growth mindset, helping them to see the value of hard work and perseverance. Ultimately, appreciation and recognition help cultivate a supportive and encouraging classroom culture where students thrive. For number 8 is caring and celebration humor. So building a strong relationship towards of your students and showing genuine care is for your students is a fundamental fostering positive learning environment. So it's like what they say that kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So it's correct, no? So you should recognize your students, they're celebrating their success or achievements, even it is a small or even it is a big achievement, so that they can go along a way to boost their confidence and to motivate also in their self to be a success, to more strive. So as a teacher, so you should be a more little humor, so it can be definitely lighten the surroundings, the moods of your atmosphere by as while you are teaching your students. Number 9 is involvement and decision making. So involving others who are concerned with decision making to make feel important, to sense of ownership, and also as a future teacher is absolutely we should involving our students in decision making, especially in the corner of a classroom. So it makes intended that enhance so sense of ownership and importance. So it not only acknowledges but there is a perspective and exercise, but also fosters collaborative engagement, the environment where everyone feels valued and engaged. So this often leads to better decisions and greater commitment to their implementation.
So the 10th element of a positive culture is protection of what is important. So what schools consider important must form part from their tradition and so must be protected by all means. In the activity above mentioned in the book was made on school canteen policies that include no soft drinks, no chocolate, etc. So there are certain rules. And so clean as you go, because the school considers nutrition and health and cleanliness as important. So since the 10th element is protection of what is important, so we have to be mindful and consider or protect the things that are important. So since the rules in the school are important, so we have to protect it, since these rules are made to protect us for our safety and to secure us and give us assurance that we are secure and we are also in a positive environment in our school. So that is why we need to protect the importance, right? So for our 11th element of a positive culture, we have traditions. So a school must have an intentional culture-based program on shared values, beliefs, and behaviors. This strengthens sense of community. A truly positive school culture is not characterized simply by the absence of gangs, violence, or discipline problems, but also by the presence of a set of norms and values that focus school community attention on what is most important and that will motivate them to work hard toward a common purpose. So for us to have a positive culture or have a sense or give importance to a certain tradition or cultures in our community, we must incorporate it in our school. So for example, in your locale, you have a certain traditions or you have these beliefs or behaviors. Of course, your school must respect and follow these traditions, because not only does this shape who and what the community or the students are, but this will also how should I say this? This will also strengthen their culture, strengthen our belief system, and just overall strengthen or improve and embrace the culture which is prone or being practiced in that certain area. So that's why the school has to incorporate it, so the students or the learners can also have a sense of importance from what is being catered. And last but not the least, the 12th element of a positive culture is honest and open communication. So no one gets ostracized for speaking up his mind. The atmosphere is such that everyone is encouraged to speak his mind without fear of being ostracized. So when we say ostracized, it just basically means that you are not judged or anything. So this is like, it's very open and you have the freedom. You're freely given the opportunity to speak up, or just simply be yourself. The agreement of every discussion is agree to disagree. So basically, this is just the overview that when we are in school, or for us to have a positive culture, we must be open-minded. We must be honest with ourselves, honest with others, so that we can have a good communication. We can have a truthfully and open environment for us to have a good learning environment. So lastly, we have shared norms, teacher and student norms. So shared norms for both teachers and students contribute to a positive school culture. According to Boss and Larmer of 2018, shared teacher norm and student norms to contribute to a fair and an engaging learning environment. A characteristic of a positive school culture. They check on the following norms each week. So for a school to function well or have a balance, how should I balance communication between the teacher and the students, so we have to follow some certain norms. So every school have a different kinds of norms to follow, and they must be thoroughly followed or encouraged in a certain school, depending on how these norms can have a good positive impact on the characteristic or on the learning environment of the school. So that is why this we must look into these norms so that the teacher and the students can work well together in the school. So this ends our report. So we hope that you learned something, and that will be all. Thank you.